Code Afric. Unlock the future.
All right, welcome back. We are still ongoing with our Git practice, and today we'll be looking at how to create a remote repository. All right, so in our previous lessons, we looked at how to install Git, and we also look at the introduction to Git, and we also run some Git commands. Okay, so we run the Git init to initialize our local Git repository, and also we did Git add to add our files to the index, and we also run a command Git status to check the status of our working tree, and we also did what Git commit to commit changes in the index. All right, and I did mention that the remaining command here we'll be using them with our remote repository. Okay, and that is what we are going to do now. All right, so this is the remote repository and the local repository, like the Google Drive scenario that I gave you. All right, so consider this one to be your device, okay, your laptop or your computer here. That is your local repository, and this one, it is where you are going to use a GitHub or a Git bucket to push the file that you are having here into this Google Drive. Okay, all right, just like that. Anyway, so now let's get started. Okay, this is our Sublime test, and this is our terminal window. All right, so now let's check the status of our current project. Okay, so let's do Git status, and we can see that our working tree is what clean. All right, now let's say we have committed all our files successfully, and as our working tree is clean. What if we want to remove a file? Maybe we don't want to add that file, but we want to remove it. We have already committed it, we have already added it, but how do we remove it? Let me show you this command before we move on. So you can do git rm -- catch, then you mention the name of the file. So in this case, let's say index.html. Then you hit enter. You can see rm index.html, which means index.html has been removed. The rm stands for remove. Okay, so for you to get the proof, let's do git status and check. You can see that the index.html here, it is still red. Okay, which means it has not been added. All right, so let's do the same command, git rm, and we catch our stylesheet.css, enter. The same thing here, removed stylesheet.css. all right, so let's check it. So we do status, and you can see stylesheet also has been removed. All right, let's go ahead and add them again. Git add all. All right, then let's commit -m, then our message. Okay, so second initial commit. All right, so anything goes. All right, so now let's do git status and check. All right, so our working tree is clean. All right, now before we move on to our remote repository, now if this is your first time of using Git on your machine, you have to do a configuration. Okay, you have to work on a configuration. Okay, so the configuration goes with your name, your username, and your email. Okay, you do it right here. So let me give you an example. So the command for the configuration is git config -- global. Then you do username.user.name. Then in a string or in a quotation, you type your username. All right, so something like this. All right, so do something like this, then you hit enter. Then after you work with your username, you have to also do the same for your email. So git config global -- user.email. okay, now your email address. Enter. All right, now we are on point. All right, now let us run another command to check something. So we do git config -- list. Okay, so it is giving us the list here. Don't bother about the rest, just look at this one. Okay, our username is here and our email that we set is here. All right, so make sure you get it right. Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and create our remote repository, which is the GitHub. Okay, so you type GitHub. Okay, just type GitHub, select the first one. All right, now you can sign up. Okay, if you don't have an account, you have to sign up from here. So you just have to enter your email address just like that. Enter your email address, you continue, it will request for your password, your and code, and you are good to go. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in. So please do sign up. If it's your first time, sign up. Okay, so this is my Git account. Let me log in. Okay, and all what I have to do is to create a new repository. Okay, these are my existing project that I have worked on. They are all here. If you go to more, okay, so they are all here. I've worked on a lot of projects here. All right, so now I'll just create new. You come to new, then you have to give your repository a name. Okay, so let me call it my practice. You can leave space, but you can use and camel casing, or you can use a dash or an underscore, but you can't use spacing. Okay, it is not good to do that. All right, so now here is okay, but the description, how do we call it? So I say get practice tutorial. All right. All right, so from here, what you can do here is that you can create your repository as a private or as public. Okay, so what it's trying to mean is that in public, everyone can see your work. Okay, everyone that will have access to your address can go and check out your work. And also in private, that one you have to specify the people that can have access to your project. So at first, private used to cost some money, but I learned it's free now. Okay, but myself, I've not tried private before. I always go for the public, so you can just go ahead and go for the public, and let's continue. So now we have a few things here. The git ignore means that there are something that you will want to ignore. You can configure that one so that you remove those things from. And we have choose licenses. Forget about everything here. Okay, let's leave it as you are seeing it. Then let's create our repository. The readme file also, let's create the readme. If you are creating a real life project, maybe you might use the readme file to let people to know more, identify your projects. Okay, now let's go ahead and create our repository. Click on it. All right, so what we can do from here is that you can see that we have the get init. We have already initialized our project, so we don't need this one. And if you want to add a readme, you can go ahead and do that. But for now, for the purpose of this tutorial, it's just a practical. We don't need it. Okay, the readme, as I said before, it can add, you can add more descriptions to your app so that people will know exactly what it means. Okay, and we have the get commit. We have already committed. We don't need all this. What we need is the last two. Okay, this one, the remote add origin, and this one, origin push. Okay, so there are many things involved. You can copy it or you can type them by yourself, but I think if you copy it, it's good. All right, but before we paste it, let's check something. Let's do this command. Let's do git remote. Now let's paste in the command. I've copied already, so let's paste it. Now I've pasted, hit enter. All right, now you come and copy this one too. All right, if you love typing, you can type them. It's not anything. Git push minus u origin main. Okay, so most often it was, sometimes you find it as an origin master. Okay, all right, we are having some issues here. Okay, I understand the error. Let's fix this. Okay, let me use git push. Let me type them. All right, now our project has been pushed. Okay, so you can see what we have here. Git repository master from origin. All right, like I said before, here they gave us what an main, but I have to rather use master. In your case, if main work for you, fine, but if it doesn't work, just do git push origin master. Just change this main to master and you are good to go. All right, so another thing is that in your case, in case you did not fill in with the configuration with your email and your password, it might ask you your email and your password. So if it happened like that, with a graphical interface, just put in your email and your password and you're good to go. If you encounter such an issue, just do it as I'm saying. Input in your email and password and you're good to go. All right. So now let's come back and refresh. Okay, you can see our project is here and all our files is here. You know, we have only two files in our project. That is the index.html and stylesheet.css. All right, so you can see if I click on the index.html, you can see what we are having here in our Sublime test here. It is exactly what we are having here. Okay, so the project has been pushed into our robot repository. All right, so let's refresh again. Let's go back. Okay, now let's come back to our Sublime test. We're almost done. Let me show you something again. Let's save this one. Let's save this one as script.js. Okay, so now we have JS, which is JavaScript. Then let's do console.log hello world. Okay, so now let's come to get status. We can see JavaScript has not been added. Okay, so let's add it. Okay, so get add, let's do all. Then let's do get, let's commit get. Okay, so let's commit. Then we said what? JavaScript added successfully. All right, now okay, let's do status and see. Now okay, we can see that our working tree is clean, which means JavaScript has been added. Okay, we've committed it, but if we come here and refresh, we will not see it here. Okay, we will not see it here. We don't see JavaScript here, the JS, because what we've not pushed. So that is our next command. To push, you do what? Get push. Okay, that is all. Enter. Sorry, we made a mistake. Okay, so get push. Okay, now it has been pushed. So let's come to our repository and refresh. We can see that we have our JavaScript here. So that is how it works. You can work on a project here, then you push it there. You can work on a project here, then you push it there. Okay, so you can see that when you push it, we have our JS here, and when you open, we have our console.log here. All right, so that is that. Okay, so now the last thing that we have to do is how to clone our project or how to download our project. Okay, so like I was saying, in a case you are not with your machine, you are not with your PC, but you have your email and your and your password right. Maybe you are on a different machine. How do you clone your project and continue working on that project? All right, it is very simple. Okay, so you can see from here. Okay, so we can see from here, we can see clone here. So if you click on it like this, you have two options. You can download a zip file and you can use it. You get the folder just like that and use it. We will come back to that one, but let's see how we clone it later. We will download the file and I will show you that one too. So just copy the URL here. Just copy it. So I've copied. Now let me come back to my desktop and create another folder. So let me call this one okay, let me call this one get practice. Okay, so get practice. Let me get another terminal. Okay, then let me cd. Okay, let me cd into the project. Let's go by the traditional way. Okay, drag and drop cd. Okay, so from here I just have to type in this command, get crone. Okay, get crone. That is all. Then I paste in what I copied. Enter. Okay, so let's check our folder. You can see the folder that we created was empty. Now look inside the folder. You can see it has created another folder here. That is the name that we use to save our repository, my get practice. Okay, when you open it, you can see the project is here. So you can just go ahead and continue working on it just like that. Okay, that is the project that we are having here. If you open it, let's open it in Sublime test. You can see that it is the same project. You can see index.html, the same thing. All right, and that is the awesomeness of Git. All right, now let me show you also how you can download it. So to download that one is pretty simple. You just have to click on the download, click on it, and you can see it is downloading here. So after it is done, you find it in your downloads. It's here, my Git practice master branch. When you open it, the folders are here. All right, so you can choose either to clone it, or you can choose to download it and use it. All right, so now looking at this from here, you can see that we've covered all the Git commands here with the exception of the pull. Okay, covered init, add, status, comment, push, and clone. So now let's look at how the pull also work. Okay, so with the pull, we can see, let's come back to our original project. So here, let's say it's a teamwork. We are working with different developers, and they have committed changes and also ever on the project. You can just pull them and just have the project up to date on your side, on your local repository. Okay, so you just have to do git pull, that is all, then you hit enter. All right, you can see here, all right, you can see here that already up to date. So in a case that they also added some files and add and also push it, you have all those files that have been added here, right here, in your project, in your terminal. All right, so that is that. So before I leave you, I would like to talk about the ProGit. Okay, it's a free book that you can download from the original website of Git. Okay, it is free. If you go to the Git official website, you can download it for free, and I recommend that you download it and go through. Okay, there are so many things that you can learn from here if you want to move from a beginner to an advanced level. Okay, all what stuff that we covered here is a beginner stuff. Okay, so if you want to take your Git practice into the advanced level, you can equally do that. But on a more serious note, the most important command that you need to know is what we have practiced so far. So congratulations. Let me show you where you can get the book. So just come to the Git official website. So we say Git. Okay, so here the book is here. This is the book. You can download for free. Okay, if you truly need it, you can download it. Okay, all right. So thank you so much for your time, and I will urge you to keep on practicing until you get to perfection.